Apprenticeships are becoming more popular as a streamlined alternative to higher education and a possible solution to racial inequality. Here to discuss is Ryan Craig, Managing Director at Achieve Partners, and Sophie Ruddock, General Manager at Multiverse North America. My special thanks to both of you for taking the time. Ryan, first to you. How are racial disparities and lack of skills training impacting the American job market? This is a huge challenge.
Yeah, look, I mean, we have a huge skills gap in America. There are millions of unfilled tech jobs out there that colleges and universities just simply aren't preparing students for. Open jobs in Salesforce, cloud, cybersecurity, software development, data science and analytics, and just not enough talent being produced, not enough talent with the specific tech stacks and platforms that employers are seeking, combined with sort of business knowledge and experience. And it's even worse for underrepresented minorities who attend college at lower rates, graduate college at lower rates, and have higher rates of unemployment and underemployment. But if you think about it, college degrees are a relatively recent innovation, meaning sort of prior to World War II, that was not the primary pathway to socioeconomic mobility in America. We had many different kinds of pathways and lots of apprenticeship models where you would get hired and you would learn on the job as you go, on the job training combined with some formal learning as well. So we believe we're going to see a renaissance of apprenticeships in America. Right now, apprenticeships are primarily focused on the traditional building and construction trades. And the goal is expanding apprenticeships to tech, to financial services, to healthcare, and the other fast-growing sectors of the economy.
And Sophie, thank you so much for taking the time to you as well. What are the benefits here of apprenticeship programs specifically? Because a lot of people are like, okay, yeah, I've heard of an apprenticeship, but I don't actually kind of know what it actually is. So help me demystify the process for our viewers and why are they so impactful?
Totally. So, you've asked the most important question there, which is actually what is an apprenticeship for the 21st century? And there's a lot that we can learn from the trades, this work and learn model, that you're also getting a salary, but actually a professional apprenticeship is full-time employment, whilst you're also learning the skills that you need to thrive in this ever-changing world. The costs are borne by the employer, but there's a huge return on investment that comes with it from them. And from an individual's perspective, it's a chance for them to actually get stuck into the career market straight away. They can start developing the skills that they actually need to thrive. And they can also, they'll also be put on this path where they'll be at their company twice as long as an average graduate. And so from an employer who's starting to think, okay, how do I grapple with these two huge challenges that every CEO in the country is thinking about right now: digital transformation and that widening skills gap, along with racial equity, and really building a workforce that represents the society that we operate in, the customers that we serve. Actually, apprenticeships provide this opportunity to tap into talent that you otherwise aren't reaching, and actually that you're screening out through those traditional degree requirements, and then actually work backwards from the skills that they know that they need, because they're drilling into a curriculum that is built for them rather than built for a pretty outdated college system.
Sure. Sophie, I'm going to stick with you for this next one here. I have a sneaking suspicion that there are other countries around the world that do this far better than we do. Is that the case? And if so, what countries are kind of getting this right?
Yeah, so as you can tell from my accent, I am half British, and I really look to the UK right now as an example of a country that is doing this really well. They have taken that traditional model of an apprenticeship that has been used in the trades, and have now been accelerating the growth of digital and tech apprenticeships, namely in software engineering, data analytics, digital marketing, program management. And that for me is where we as the US should be looking, because those are the jobs where they're the fast growing industries. We have these huge skills gaps, and we've seen from the UK and also some of our European neighbors that this model works for really accelerating the skills development in those fields.
Ryan, how can the current higher education system be revised to keep up with the skills that are actually needed for the workplace? Because I feel like evolution is a really important component of all this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, at the end of the day, we could build apprenticeships as fast as we could, but we're never going to get to, the 20 million seats that America's colleges and universities currently have, not in any reasonable time frame for this generation. So it is critical that colleges and universities evolve and do more to prepare graduates with the in-demand skills, the tech skills, the digital skills, the business skills that employers are increasingly demanding. And there are a couple of things that colleges and universities could do. One is to begin offering digital credentials. So make sure that instead of just offering one degree, divide that degree into skills and offer digital credentials on a platform like Credly, for example. A second is to think about turning their degree programs upside down. So instead of starting your first year with 10 large lecture courses, introduction to psychology, introduction to economics, deliver an industry recognized credential in that first year so that the 40% of students at non-selective universities who drop out after that first year at least have a credential of some value. And the third would be integrate more work integrated learning. So not every university can be a Northeastern or Waterloo in Canada, renowned for their co-op programs. But there are new platforms like Ripen, for example, that are essentially marketplaces where employers can post projects and faculty and career services can choose them and assign them to students as capstone projects in courses. And we're seeing more and more of that.
Well, congratulations to you both, and thank you so much for taking the time. Unfortunately, I'm up against a hard deadline. Got to leave things there. Ryan Craig, Managing Director at Achieve Partners, and Sophie Ruddock, Major General Manager at Multiverse North America. My special thanks to both of you for being here.